Hello from Spiritual Seeds. It's a very important Sunday. It's the first Sunday of Advent. It's true, every Sunday is important, but this is like a pearl. Every pearl is beautiful. When a woman has a beautiful necklace of pearls, every pearl is beautiful, and the necklace adorns the woman, the church, the bride. And this pearl, every pearl is a Sunday, but this pearl is special, the pearl of the first Sunday of Advent. I will proclaim this gospel and then trying to make this pearl shine. From the Gospel according to Mark. Jesus said to his disciples, "Be on your guard, stay awake, because you never know when the time will come. It is like a man traveling abroad. He has gone from home and left his servants in charge, each with his own task. And he has told the doorkeeper to stay awake. So, stay awake, because you do not know when the master of the house is coming. Evening, midnight, cockcrow, dawn. If he comes unexpectedly, he must not find you asleep. And what I say to you, I say to all, stay awake." The Gospel of the Lord. What is so beautiful about this pearl that is this first Sunday of Advent? What this pearl is showing us is something very simple. It's showing us heaven. That heaven is not something so far away. Heaven is not like, many of you maybe have a loft, and the loft is closed, and there are a lot of web cobs, lots of old furniture, and nobody wants to go up. Heaven is not a room in the loft. Heaven is Him. And Advent means that this heaven, this man of heaven, is present in our life. He wants to be more and more present. He wants to reign over our life. This is what Advent is. It's simply Christianity, heaven, that has come down to earth, but in an intensified color. It's like every Sunday, somehow we see Him black and white. And in Advent, we see Him in color. We see heaven with colors more vivid, more bright, more luminous. This is Advent. Is the reality of heaven more tangible, closer. What is this heaven? What does it mean to live heaven? When Christ says, stay awake, what has that to do with heaven? I tell you, the master of the house is clearly heaven, God. And he left abroad. Somehow this heaven seems distant, seems far from our home. This man, this kind of love, seems very far from our reach, from your job, from your sexuality, from your marriage, wherever you are. It seems that this master of the house is actually gone for good, forever. But it's not true. The master of the house has left his servants, us, in charge, each with his own task. And a special task he has given to the doorkeeper: stay awake. What has this to do with us? That what God has left us in charge is He has given us in charge of our life, to make of our life a heavenly life. The word in Greek is exousia, that is authority. The master of the house, God, has given to us a heavenly authority, His authority. The authority of love, of forgiveness, of peacemakers, of not judging. That authority He has given to us, and for us to take it. God has given you all the possible gifts, charisms, graces. He has completely given to us every possible authority from heaven over our life. And He's saying to us, use it. Do it. Use the gifts I've given you. That is, each one to his own task. If you are married, and people complain because always I speak of marriage, are you jealous? I'm not married, and I'm very happy to speak of marriage, because marriage is the most beautiful sign of God, of His communion. And it's not that those who are single are excluded, but marriage is this example of this heaven that is possible, that is for a husband and a wife to love one another, to forgive one another, to honor one another. And for us who are not married, maybe you, I'm not married either, is to, what is this authority of heaven, according to our task, is to lose our life, to lose it, to give it, to risk with our life, to risk of making available for us to love, to give, to serve, to care for the weak, to visit the sick, to give alms to the poor, is to lose our life. And what this gospel announces is that in this way the presence of the Master is revealed. His own nature is revealed. Advent is the presence of the Master in the house when He is not there. Advent is the authority of heaven made present in our earthly house. And then there is a particular job to the doorkeeper. You are a doorkeeper of your life. You are the doorkeeper for your children, maybe. Or you are the doorkeeper for your own heart. And what does it mean, Advent, in that regard? Why is Christ speaking of the doorkeeper? Because in Advent there is a grace that is to close the door to everything that is not of heaven. To close it. To stay awake means to activate that power over the door of our lives. We have many doors. Physically are the senses, the eyes, the mouth, the touch, and there are spiritual senses. And what this Advent is announcing is the grace, the capacity to close the doors to everything that is not of heaven, and to open the door to heaven, to the desire to love, to serve, to a heavenly gifts, to looking for reconciliation, to desiring to be reconciled with the other, to be at peace with one another, to stop judging the other. This is to be awake. Let us rejoice. The Church is putting on the necklace of each one of us Christians this beautiful pearl, the shines of heaven. Let us use it. Let us allow this heavenly light to appear in our life. See you again, if God allows it. See you again next Sunday.